Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Layla, and in this video I'm going to be going over my finances from the month of January. Alright, so I'm going to do things a little bit differently. So whenever I make these videos, I also create a blog post with a financial update. I actually go into a lot more details in those blog posts, and I kind of want to follow that format. So I'm going to give you, of course, an update on my money goals, but an update on things in general in regards to my finances instead of talking about it too much when I'm going through my actual spending for the month. I will have the blog post linked down below if you're interested in seeing everything in one page. I saw that somebody commented and said that they can kind of absorb the material at their own time, and it does go into a lot more detail. So if you're interested in something like that, then you can check that out, but hopefully you watch this video still too. I will still be going into my spreadsheet so you can see all my spending, and then we'll talk about my savings and my net worth. Overall, January was pretty strong for me financially. It was pretty productive just in general, and I'm definitely taking action on my goals. And I've just been doing that all month and going forward. So it's been quite busy, but it feels good for this because I know things are gonna happen soon and it's very exciting. I will say that I did feel some negativity about my finances in January, and I'll explain more in the updates, but basically I had a couple of things pop up that I didn't expect to. So I kind of resorted to that negative mindset of like, oh, money is difficult, or it's just hard to make progress, or my progress isn't enough, I'm not saving enough. And then also I really realized that I need to increase my income if I want to achieve my goals. So I am taking action on everything. So when I say that, I'm not just saying that blindly and just saying that to complain. I am taking action on it, and it's just taking a little bit longer than I expected for me to see results, but we will get there, and that is a little bit why I felt the negativity. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into some updates, and I have actually quite a few for January. So the first thing is that I reached over $13,000 saved for my student loans, which you guys know that if you watch my Transfer Tuesdays, and if you don't, then I do have over $13,000 now for my student loans. I'm not paying them down currently because they're in forbearance and at 0% interest through May 2022. So I've been saving for those, and then I'll make a lump sum payment. I now have $13,115.02 saved for my student loans. So if I subtracted that from my $36,000 student loan balance, I would be left with $22,884.98, which is actually really good. I'm so close to the teens, and even just seeing 22,000 did make me feel a little bit excited inside. So that's pretty good progress. I did, hit that goal. I'll talk about my goals in a minute, but getting over 13,000 is, pretty good for starting the year. Update number 2, you'll see this in my spending, but I did switch my renter's insurance policy because I received my policy update in the mail. It renews like every February, and they were actually, I had it with State Farm, my renter's insurance. It was like $13.83 a month, and they always decrease it every year. At least that's what they've done for the last 2 to 3 years. And this time they increased it. So I was like, okay, let me check with Geico since I have my car insurance with them, and I got a quote from Geico for $90 less. So I am just paying $77 for the year, and I ended up paying the whole thing at once in January. So I don't have to worry about that month to month, which is good. And it comes to like $7 and some change per month. And I think that's a pretty significant savings. Like, no, $90 isn't gonna make or break my year, but that's pretty good. I mean, considering I would be paying like $167 with State Farm, it's way better to bundle with, whatever other insurance you have, and it's the same coverage. So it's just a win-win all around. So that is very exciting. Update number 3 is about my student loan savings, which I talked about in my last Transfer Tuesday, which I can link down below. But I am now saving my student loans in my Marcus high yield savings account, which I can also link down below. If you use that link, you get 0.5% extra for 3 months. So you'd be getting 1% for 3 months, which is actually pretty good compared to everything else right now. But all this time I have been using M1 Spend through their Plus membership, and because that has a fee, I decided not to continue that. The first year I did have it for free, so it was worth it for me to save during that time, but I don't want to pay the fee because the interest that I gain won't make up for that fee. I absolutely love M1 Finance, but I am no longer saving with them. So I transferred all of my $13,000 to Marcus by Goldman Sachs. That is now in there. There was actually a promo, so I'll be getting an extra $100, which is exciting. And I'm still earning 0.7% right now, and then soon it will go up to 1% based off of how my referrals worked, but that actually won't be until May after we have to make the lump sum payment, maybe. Next update is a little bit negative, and I talked about this in a Transfer Tuesday as well, but I broke my crown. I have is it this side? This side, yeah. I have a crown on my tooth. I had a root canal back in 2019 on that tooth. So crowns are typically supposed to last for, at least 5 years, usually a lot longer, like 15. Unfortunately, it broke within about 2, which is pretty short. So I ended up going back to my dentist who did the crown, and they gave me a discount. I ended up paying about $350, a little bit more than that. I'll show you in my spending update. I was expecting like $600 for this, so I didn't spend as much as I expected, but I still was upset just because I felt a little bit defeated because I went through all of 2021 with all these health issues, and then finally I started feeling better, and then my crown breaks. So I was just frustrated that it happened so soon, and for everything to be going up and then something bad to happen. But I am grateful that it wasn't as expensive as I thought it would be, so that's good, and it's already taken care of, So I have the temporary on now. Next week I'll get the permanent, but I did already pay for it. Another negative update is that my salary was lower than I expected. So every month I've earned the same amount, and I didn't realize that in the email that we got from my job in December, they mentioned that our insurance rates would be going up for everything, so medical, dental, and vision. And this was a $17 increase. And the way my income works is that I get my income plus the insurance rate on top of it, and it's all put together, but they take that, so that really doesn't count as my salary, but I do have to pay taxes on it, so it counts. I have to report that as my salary and then pay taxes on what I pay for insurance, even though it's not directly it's confusing. I don't know, but because of that, I don't get any sort of raise adjustment with that right now. They're just taking the extra money, so I ended up making about $17 and some change less on my salary. That's not significant, but it was just annoying. And if something like that happens, I feel like they should adjust my salary, but I don't know. Next update is exciting, and on the other side of that, I earned the most this month from YouTube than I ever have before, and I made over $1,000 just from YouTube alone. So this is super exciting for me. This was a new milestone, a new personal record, and I won't be breaking this in February, and hopefully I can get over 1,000 again, but December was a really good month for me. So the money that I earned in December is what I actually get paid out in January. I noticed that a lot of people were looking into the no spend and just starting a budget type of thing. So those videos on my channel did really explode, and that's where a lot of that income came from. So I appreciate you if you watch those, and if you're new here, welcome, and I hope you stick around. I greatly appreciate you watching my videos, but I thought that was so exciting. I've been waiting for this for a really long time. Making even just a few hundred from YouTube is pretty significant because it helps me a lot with all of this, and breaking that 1,000 mark is super exciting. So thank you for helping me to get there, and hopefully we can get back to that again and make it more of a consistent thing. Okay, then final update that you'll also see in my spending is that my boyfriend and I booked a trip to Hawaii and I'm so excited. This is actually pretty expensive, and honestly I'm grateful to say that my boyfriend is taking up for a lot of that. So all that I've paid for so far is our car rental through Turo, which is actually kind of expensive, but not too bad considering all things. Like right now, cars are pretty pricey. And we'll be in Hawaii, which is one of the most expensive states in the US. So yeah, so we're taking this trip in April. We're celebrating our 5-year anniversary plus just going on vacation. Our 5-year anniversary is actually in July, but April is like a better time to travel. So yeah, we already booked it. We'll be going in like 79 days. I have a countdown on my phone, so that's why I know the exact number. As you can tell, I'm very excited, and I've never been to Hawaii. I've been wanting to go to the beach for so long. I didn't get to go last year, so this is very, very exciting. Okay, next thing to talk about are my goals that I set for January. The first goal I set was to put at least $1,000 toward my student loans, or basically to get over $13,000 saved. And I did. So I put 1,025 or so, 26. I'll show you the number in a minute. So I did achieve that, and I got over the 13,000, as you know. Goal number 2 was to make over $1,500 from my online/business income, and I did achieve that. I actually exceeded that by like 400 something dollars. I almost hit the 2K mark, but not quite there. And this, obviously the YouTube check helped. That was over 1,000. Financial coaching, my blog stuff. I'll give a whole breakdown in my usual income video, but yeah, I was very excited about that, and hopefully we can keep increasing that as the year goes. Goal number 3 was to gain 2 new financial coaching clients. I did not achieve this, but I did get 1 new client, which I'm very grateful for. I love having new clients. My favorite call always is the first one, because I just love getting the big picture and seeing what's possible for a client. So if you are interested, or if you know somebody who's interested, then send them my way. I will have the link down below. I help you to budget, to save, to pay down debt. I am your accountability partner. And yeah, I do have room for more clients, so let me know. Okay, I know that was a lot to update on, but now we're gonna go into my income, my spending, and all the numbers updates, including my net worth. So I'm gonna go down to the corner of your screen, go to my spreadsheets. If you're interested in these spreadsheets, they will be linked down below. You can get them for free. We're gonna start with my income. You can see that, I don't know if you remember the number I had before, but I think it was like 5,134 or so. This is $17 shorter than usual, because I just explained, that they increased my insurance. So this is my new monthly salary, I guess, $5,117.32. This is pre-tax. I pay quarterly estimated taxes, which is what these numbers off to the right are calculating. Business income, which I'll give a breakdown in my upcoming video on my online and extra income. I made $1,932.18. So as you can see, very close to 2,000. And I believe this is the most I've ever made in the last couple of years, or ever, from my business. So that's so exciting. And then other income, which is everything outside of that, I made $475.34, a pretty strong month. You can see a little breakdown up here. Some of these I've talked about throughout the month, but again, I'll give an update in that video. So here's my total income, but then we also pulled from my sinking funds, which I'll explain in a minute. That was $384. Okay, let's look at my expenses. So you're seeing my budget, what I budgeted, and then what I actually spent. If it's green, that means I'm under budget. If it's white, I'm on budget. If it goes red, then I am over budget. But it's not always a bad thing, which I'll explain. So taxes, because I have to pay quarterly estimated taxes for my full-time job and my side hustles, I actually saved $1,400 for this, and this turns red because it looks like I'm over budget. But yeah, this money isn't mine. It's just in my sinking fund for that, and that's because I ended up making more than I expected, so I just put $1,400. Sinking funds, I did save $1,200, including my emergency fund. I'll give you an update on those numbers in a moment. My Roth IRA, I budgeted $300, but I ended up doing $600 because I mentioned in a Transfer Tuesday that I sold some stock, over $300 of stock through Webull. These were just referrals. I am fine with taking, if I have to pay any sort of taxes on that, it's really not that significant. I put $300 to my 2022 Roth IRA, and then that extra $300 to 2021, all in BTSAX. Coinbase, I did put $10 toward $10 of Bitcoin. I donated $50, I think, to the usual rescue, Barkville. Yeah. Oh, I did do Barkville, and I did it on Betty White's birthday. I didn't do that for that reason per se, but it ended up working out. So I thought that was cool. For rent, trash, and pest, that was $1,411. Renter's insurance, which I just mentioned, I budgeted $1,383, but because I ended up switching, I paid $83.53 because this includes the $77 to switch to Geico. That's for the full year. And then I did get a prorated refund from State Farm of $7.30. So that's what this, it says minus 730. So I did save a little bit off of that. So very happy with this new number. And it's nice because this is removed as a line item from my budget. Wi-Fi, always $55 with Google Fiber. Electricity, I budgeted $65, but that was $48.78, really good. I'm $16.22 under budget. Water and sewage, I know the month before, so that was $37.32. Groceries, okay, I budgeted $500 because you guys, if you watched my January budget, I planned on doing $500 for January, February, and March so that I can get my full $75 of cash back from Discover, plus they match that, so it would be $150. Well, it didn't work out exactly as planned. I ended up purchasing $400 of gift cards, $400 worth of gift cards to Sprouts, from Sprouts. And the girl who did it, like, I ended up getting $400 of gift cards, but 4 cards, one was not even activated. So I tried to use that at the grocery store and I didn't have the other ones. So I had to pay for my groceries on my card. So I ended up spending more than I expected. So what happened was she put 200 on one card, 100 on another, 100 on another, and didn't activate the 4th. So I don't know what happened. Luckily, I did, get the full 400, but still. I also purchased protein, which I counted as grocery purchase, but I don't think Discover counted. So I did go over budget. Let me just go show you. $556.45. You can see the breakdown here. This $43.11 was what I had to pay from my credit card because of that gift card issue. $97.66 on protein. $15.68 I ended up paying at Kroger, which was separate from Sprouts, obviously, just because I didn't want to bother with purchasing a gift card there. Going forward, I'm just going to worry about the gift cards at the end. So at the end of March, I'll see what else I need to purchase in order to reach that full $1,500 to maximize the bonus. But for now, I'll just purchase my groceries. Okay, food out. $14.58, I put a little note of what I purchased. I got a coffee for like $2 and an acai bowl for 12 something. So under budget by $15.42. Gas for my car, I'm excited about because I only got it once and it was pretty good. $35.15, so $44.85 under budget. And I'm pretty sure I'll only get gas once in February as well. Student loan savings, my goal was $1,000. I told you I did do that. $1,025.44. This is showing red, but it is a good thing. Health and beauty, this one's upsetting. So I really wanted to stay under 200. That didn't happen. I spent $730.15, so we are $530.15 over budget. Seeing this really was a shocker to me because my goal for the year is to not spend over $2,500 on my health and beauty. But yeah, this is almost $1,000, so I don't know. Let's see, I had a copay. I purchased some supplements and vitamins. That's what a lot of this is. The $355.50 was for my crown. Yeah, the rest are vitamins and supplements. So I shouldn't have to make many repurchases of these first in time though. Phone, $40 as usual. Dogs, $100. I give that to my sister. Business, I went over a little bit. I expected $120, but it was $131.99, so $11.99 over budget. Netflix, still at $13.99. And then personal, I budgeted $50 and ended up spending $118.21. So that was $68.21 over budget. Now, I was doing pretty good on this until the final. Okay, something happened here too. So I purchased a sunrise alarm and a mouse pad for my desk. That was under $50 there. And then I went to purchase some pillows and pillowcases at Marshall's, and I had like a $25 Visa gift card, but ended up having to pay for that with my own money because like I had to get a pin for the gift card and I didn't know that until I called. So that's fine. I still would have gone over budget. I did purchase about $30 worth of books, but I used a Fetch gift card for that. I used an Amazon gift card that I redeemed through Fetch, which I always have my code down below if you're interested in that. So yeah, $25 of this was covered with the gift card. And I decided I wanted to start like breaking down what I purchased so I can keep track of it. I feel that what I purchased in the personal category for January was all like an investment in myself, so I don't feel too bad about it. I do have a few things to add. I ended up paying for some postage, so I had to send something for the giveaway to the UK, which wasn't that expensive, but I also ended up just purchasing a whole sheet of stamps, so that was $12.90. Travel, as I mentioned, I paid for the Turo for our trip that we are taking in April. That was $544.70, and that's where the sinking funds came in. So I had $384 in my travel sinking fund, and that's what I pulled out of it. So it doesn't completely cover it, but it definitely helps. And then I also paid for some courses, 2 more courses in Salesforce. This is, you know, what I'm trying to get a career in, what I'm learning. So I paid, there was a website that had a sale, so I got 2 courses for $20, $10 each. I also think that's an investment in my future. In total, I spent $8,239.19, excluding debt and savings, $4,003.75. And you can see I, was in the negative based off of everything, but I always am able to pay for everything. Like by the time I get paid again, I'm good. So sometimes these numbers are misleading. Now we're gonna go over all of my savings numbers and investments, and then my net worth and my credit score. And I have some updates to mention here. I have everything hidden, February through December, so that's why this looks kind of weird. But we're gonna look at what I have in my sinking funds. My taxes, I now have $1,400.88. You guys know that last month I had close to $5,000 in there because I had to pay my taxes in January, and then I also saved again for January. So that's how that works. My emergency fund is getting up there again, $3,608.15. For gifts, $75.83 in there. Travel, since I depleted it, that's at 76 cents. Car and car maintenance, $1,258.11. I'm looking forward to being debt-free and adding way more to these categories, specifically car, travel, emergency fund. That's gonna be really exciting. Car insurance, this one is at $450.84. This will be gone by March because I pay every 6 months. Beauty is at $86.04. Zero to profit, that's the little thing I'm working on. I still haven't sold anything, unfortunately, so it's still sitting at $14.03. I need to do something about it. I constantly think about it, but haven't wanted to go to Goodwill again, but we'll get there. MacBook, so I want to purchase a new MacBook probably this year. I have $902.83 saved. I also will probably be getting a phone this year, so I have $573.06 saved for that. Student loan savings, I did mention already, but that's at $13,115.02. All of these numbers that you're seeing here, by the way, do include the interest that I gained from the month, and these are the values of them on January 31st. So I have $21,485.55 saved. Now we can go on to my investments. I have my Roth IRA, $9,084.39, and something I started doing is keeping up with how much this increased or decreased from the previous month. So I'm up 0.3%, surprisingly, because at toward the end of January, things were really going down. I was down, 10% or so. By January 31st, it was up a little bit, so that's really good. Plus I contributed $600, so that probably helped. M1 Invest, $5,693.98. I'm up 15% in this account. This is from referrals plus capital gains, primarily referrals. So thank you so much if you use my link. If you are interested in M1 Finance, it'll be linked down below and you can get to your $50 after you save $100. Coinbase went up quite a bit too, up 324.1% because I ended up getting that extra 330 something from their little promo that they had. That's very exciting. Before it was at 120. So this is primarily in Bitcoin. Webull did go down, so I'm down 46.8% because I sold that like 300 something worth of stock, and actually it's even further down because I sold some stock yesterday. So that is at 280.89. My total invested is $14,778.37, and between the two I have $36,263.92. Now we're gonna go to my net worth, and I made some changes with this calculation. As I just mentioned, this is, basically all of this is an asset, except somebody commented and pointed out that I should count my taxes as a liability since that money isn't really mine. It does feel like it because I'm saving for it and it's mine at the moment. So that $1,400 that I have is saved, but it's not really mine because I'm gonna have to get rid of it in, a couple of months. So instead of counting that as an asset, I moved it to the liability section, and that is how I'm calculating my net worth now. So I actually ended up going back and changing everything for 2021 as well to reflect that. So I'll show that in just a moment. But for January, on the last day of January, my net worth was $1,304.86. I also include my checking account on the final day of the month as part of my net worth. I don't count my car or anything like that because I just prefer not to. And if we go back to 2021, I did change some things. So I still kept what I was what I was calculating. So the old way that I was calculating, I hit a positive net worth in November, and then a very high not very high, but a very positive net worth for me in December. But if I use this new calculation, I really hit a positive net worth in December. So that's what this 604 is. And then if I expand everything back out, let me get this in the right spot. I decided to put a chart with my net worth from all of 2021 going into 2022. So this is more accurate of what it would look like. I'm still happy with this progress. It's definitely going up. So compared to last month, I am still up based off of this new calculation, which is good. And we are still above zero. So next step is 100K. And the final thing to update on is my credit score. My Vantage score is what I prefer to look at because I use Credit Karma. Unfortunately, it dropped at 22 points. So I was at 789, the highest I've ever gotten to. And I ended up having a charge on my Discover card, but I did pay it immediately. However, it was the same day as my statement period. So it ended up submitting those charges, which was like 700 something, to the credit bureau, even though within, a few hours it was at zero. I missed that mark, and so it dropped 22 points, which is so frustrating because I literally have, my credit limit between everything is over $34,000. So for it to decrease that much with that little of a charge, and then even though I pay it off every month, that's annoying. I don't care too much about my credit score, but I hate that it's so sensitive like that. And then it's a lot easier for it to go down than it is to go up. But 767 is still good. That is my TransUnion Vantage score through Credit Karma. My chart so far for 2022 is obviously quite fresh, so it's just the beginning, and we'll see how everything goes throughout the year. But that is everything from the month of January. This video is already absurdly long, so I don't have much else to add. Please comment down below whatever it is that you achieved in January in regards to your finances. Give me an update on your money goals, but otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.